guys, my name is Jamie, and today I thought I would share with you guys my everyday makeup routine. This is what it ended up looking like. I'm really happy with it. I'm trying to post a new video every single week for the next month to try and sort of like grow my channel. As you can see, this is only the second video that I've made and uploaded, so my hope is that if I can do every week for a month, that I can kind of just keep that going and then maybe add in extra videos here and there. But on this channel, I like to make, I have a clean with me already up and I plan on making more, and I'm planning on doing get ready with me's, a couple more beauty videos, and a house tour is gonna come up, so make sure you stay tuned and subscribe if you want to see it. I will link my other video, my first video, my cleaning video. How many times can I say video in one sentence? I will link that video up in the cards, whichever side that's on, if I can. If not, it'll be in the description below. Without further ado, let's go into the video. So this is gonna be my everyday makeup routine. This is all of my makeup in a little basket. So it's really windy where I live today. Like, real bad. Like, it's buckling the windows a little bit. So if you hear that, you're like right in front of the window. So if you hear that, I'm sorry. I'll try and talk around it as much as I can, but I can't, you know, predict the wind, so if it's a little dicey, it's okay. I am going to go ahead and show you my everyday makeup routine. This is like for beginners and sort of people who don't really know what to do with their makeup. This is for you guys. So I don't have any primer. You can find them. I just personally don't have one right now, so I'm just gonna go right in with foundation. This is the Dream Satin Liquid by Maybelline. It's about a light to medium coverage. It's not very heavy. It's not going to be enough to cover up this little guy, but it does cover up my redness, so it's good enough for me. So this one is too dark for me, as you can tell just by looking at it. It's too dark for me, and you're going to be like, what are you doing? Like, why do you have a foundation that's this dark for you? I like to run out of foundation before I buy more because I'm poor. So I'm gonna use this, and it blends out and you can't really tell that it's too dark for me, especially if you blend it down your neck a little bit, so it's fine. It's not that dark. I'm gonna start out with a couple pumps of this and just dot it around my face, and then I'm just gonna rub it in with my hands. I think it gives me a little bit of a flatter finish, a little bit more natural, because I think the Beauty Blender kind of takes away the moisture in the foundation and leaves it a little bit too matte for me. I don't know what that is, but that's just me. Even if it's a wet Beauty Blender, it still does it for me. But I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and dot it around. It looks like a lot. It's actually a little bit more than I usually use. But now it's dotted around, so I'm just gonna rub it in with my hands, you know, starting from the middle, moving out. Your standard kind of procedure for blending out foundation. So you can see it doesn't really cover up pimples, but it does cover up like the redness in my face. So it's enough for me. Like, I don't mind having my pimples and stuff show through, especially because you can cover them with concealer after the fact. So I don't mind that my foundation doesn't cover them up, you know, like it would be nice, but I'm not like a super full coverage cakey kind of girl, so yeah. I am gonna leave that for now. I'm gonna cover it with concealer. So if I'm looking like really far off camera, because my mirror is like all the way over there, so I'll probably like edit out the parts that is really bad, but now that we have foundation, it's pretty good. I'm gonna go in with concealer. It's the new e.l.f. Camo 16-hour wear concealer, and I think this is like the lightest shade, or like the second lightest shade, because I'm really pale and I don't like self-tanner because I can't. Oh, hi kitty. I don't like self-tanner because I always miss spots and I'm not good at it, so I've never been a fan of self-tanner. I'd rather be pale. I've always been pale, whatever. So I'm just gonna, and you don't need a lot of this. Like, see how much this is? It's not a lot, but it's enough. Okay. Now if that wind is past, again, I'm just gonna take my fingers and blend this out. Now the wind is gone. Why? So mean to me. Now that that's blended out, put some there, a little bit on your chin, a little bit on your nose, and a little bit on your forehead. And that brightens up the whole place. And this is just to cover up acne. So you can see how that concealer kind of brightened up my whole face and made it match my neck a little bit more. So before it creases, we're gonna go in with the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder, and we're gonna set everything. And I'm gonna put a little bit extra under my eyes, but I'm not gonna do like a full-on bake. And I'm just using the powder puff that it came with, which is kind of dirty now, but it's just the powder, so it's fine. And I just tap some into the lid and use it like that. That was a lot of powder. If you have a problem getting fallout on your shirt, you can cover up your shirt, especially if it's black, so you don't get any powder on it. But I don't find that it's really a problem, and this powder really brushes off pretty easily of most fabrics. So, you know. I'm just gonna make sure that you get your whole face. Next is eyebrows. So this is my eyebrow pencil. It's from e.l.f. It's the Instant Lift Brow Pencil, and on one side it has the little spoolie, and on the other side is the pencil. It's a little twist-up pencil. And this is the lightest shade. This is actually a new shade that they came out with, and it's the blonde shade, I want to say. Yeah, this is blonde. I have to do my eyebrows in the mirror because I'm really bad at getting them kind of everywhere. But what I do is I kind of just, honestly, I just fill them in. My eyebrows don't need a lot of shape, they just need filled in. I don't like big Instagram brows. I'm really bad at doing them and they don't look good on me, I don't think. And every time someone's done them to me, I don't like them. So I'm just gonna fill in what I have and brush it out to blend it in. Oh, that one's really dark. I put it in a little thick. So if you brush it out, it kind of blends it in a little bit and takes a little bit of the product off if you put it in a little too much. So I like to do that because I like natural looking brows, so, you know, just kind of blend in the product. And it looks a little bit darker because of the way that the lighting is hitting me, but I've got like a shadow on the side of my face. But I think we're even, so those are brows. Next on the list is eyeshadow. And the reason, I'll tell you, the reason I don't like fully baked but I leave a little bit of extra powder under my eyes is because of fallout. If you have a lot of fallout and you put that little bit of extra powder there, you can brush it away and the fallout will go with it instead of going into your concealer, and then you have to redo everything, right? So if you have that little bit of extra powder, you can swipe it away with the powder, with a brush. So that's why I do that. I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. Mad, oh that's upside down. This is the e.l.f. Mad for Matte palette, and it's like the first one, I think, in matte. Like, it's literally just in matte. Like, that's the shade. So, that's the name of the palette. Mad for Matte in matte. It's like the first matte palette. And you can see I've used this palette a lot. This one was the, like the lightest tan shade, the lightest, like, base shade, and it, I used it all up, and the rest of it broke out. So now I use this pinky shade as my base. And these are the brushes I will be using. These are from Eco Tools. And it's the, like, it's a little 4-pack of brushes. So, it's a 2-pack of brushes. I think I got them at Ulta, but you can also get them at Walmart. And I don't think they were very expensive. Like, these brushes, the Eco Tools ones, are very cheap for how good of quality they are. These are double-sided like duo brushes, and they're great for travel because you can just like throw them in your bag and you have all 4 brushes that you need for eyeshadow. I'm gonna start with this shade side on the shade and define side. I'm gonna start with the shade side. It's kind of just a little, there's powder coming out of that, but it's just a little like fluffy-ish brush. It's really soft. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this pink, of the pink shade in here, and I'm just gonna brush that into my eyelid. So next, I'm going to take this shade right here, this one right here, and I'm going to put that in my crease. Blending it back and forth and back and forth and back and forth with a little bit of emphasis on the outside. I start always on the outside to get the product there, and then I just blend it into the center. I'm gonna go in with this one right here and putting that a little bit, trying to be a little bit more precise and putting it right inside of that color that we put down before, so that it creates kind of an ombre effect, so that I look like a normal person with normal eyes that has not hooded eyes. So that's a trick for you if you have hooded eyes. This blending brush and blend out the corner a little bit more, and just on top of all that color, because I didn't blend it out good enough the first time. This is on the other brush, by the way, like on the other set of 2 brushes. This is the blending brush. So I'm just gonna blend it in a little bit, and there you are. Now I have an eye. Yay! It doesn't look as blended on camera as it does in person. Now I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to step. This is the Maybelline Blush Nudes palette, and I know a lot of people don't like it. I think the shades are chalky. They think they are just kind of terrible and dusty and chalky and dry. It was my sister's before I had it, so a lot of the shades were already used, and she didn't like it, so that's why she gave it to me. And I use it because it's makeup, and I like playing with makeup, so I'm gonna play with this, right? I'm gonna take the, like, this shimmery, peachy shade. I'm just gonna take that on my finger and pat it onto my lid. So if you can see the difference, I don't think you can. In person, it looks a little bit shimmery, like not too much to be like, bam, glitter and shimmer in my eyes, but it's like a little subtle hint of like a little bit of, you know, little dust of glitter. So that's what I use it for. Alternatively, you can get, and the cover is like broken off of this, but this is the Wet n Wild Nude Awakening Color Icon palette. You can see this one's kind of broken too, and like the packaging's not that great because I'm missing the lid, it's broke off. But you can grab the light shade in here, which is this one, but it's broken out, so I can't really show you. But that one's really good, and it does a better job than this one if you want a little bit more punch to your shimmer shade. So that's my eyeshadow. It's really sort of natural and subtle. That's the way I like it. And it looks a little bit more shimmery in person. It's not like this camera isn't picking it up very well, so. Next is eyeliner. Now I switch between 2 eyeliners. I switch between this e.l.f. It's just their black liquid liner with the brush, or I use this Master Precise All Day liquid liner by Maybelline, and it's a felt tip liquid liner. I generally like the liquid liner better because I can get a really, really thin line. This one goes on really easy, so I think I'm gonna use this one today because it's a little bit more beginner friendly than the actual liquid, so that's why. And I have to do this with a mirror, I can't. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start on sort of the outer third of my eye, line that, go in, line that, go in, line that, until I, you know, get to the spot on the inner corner where I want to stop. Then if you want to do winged liner, you do a triangle and go up, in, and then fill it in. And that's the easiest way that I've learned, and how a lot of people say to do your winged liner. So if you see, that's what my eyeliner looks like without a wing, but I really like wings because they look really classy and chic. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a wing too. So it's just a little wing, like it's not anything, and I do a thick wing. I don't know why, but I always do. That's eyeliner. Now I'm gonna wipe off that that extra powder and just take, this is a flat top brush. This is from Wet n Wild. It's like the flat round brush, and I'm just gonna wipe off the powder with it. Easy. Next is mascara. So I have these mascaras. One of them is the Burgundy Voluminous Original from L'Oreal, but I'm gonna go in with the black, the L'Oreal Voluminous Original. Now that's one coat on this eye, and you can kind of see this is just one coat. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, then I'll come back and do 2 coats. Ugh! No, I did it again! Oh. So that's my eye makeup all done with both coats of mascara. I am gonna take, this is the e.l.f. bronzing brush. Do I use it for bronzing? Not normally. Do I use it for literally everything on my face? Yes. This wind! I'm really sorry about the wind, and I can't do anything about it. I'm really trying to talk around it. Anyway, I'm gonna start with bronzing. And for bronzing, I either use, you can use the Wet n Wild Illuminating Bronzer. What I use, this is finishing powder. That's too dark for me. I pick some up, tap it off, and go right there. And then I'm gonna take it and go on my chin a little bit and on my forehead just a tiny bit. So this blush is the Wet n Wild Ombre blush. This is in Princess Daiquiris. And then I just put it on my cheekbones, on my smile, because I have really pronounced cheeks when I smile, and I smile a lot because I'm really happy. And I just put it on the apples of my cheeks. This is my highlighter. It's almost empty. You can tell how much I like highlighter because it's almost empty. And the lid is missing. This is the e.l.f. Highlighter. This is the baked highlighter in Moonlit Pearls. This highlighter works both wet and dry. Putting that on the high points of my cheeks. Part of the reason that I don't like to put blush like right on top of it is because that's where my highlighter goes. So I do blush, bronzer, highlighter. So that's highlighter. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little wet looking, which is what I like about this highlighter. Some on my nose. You can usually see my nose really well. The last thing on the list, well, there's 2 things, but the last thing is the lips. We're gonna use this combination. This is the NYX Butter lipstick and the NYX Butter gloss. This one is in the shade Ripe Berry, the lipstick, and the gloss is in the shade Angel Food Cake. you can see it's kind of dark. I do like dark lipsticks, but it's spring, so I want it to light up a little bit. So I put this NYX Butter Gloss on top of it. And the last step is, of course, setting spray. This is from NYX, and you can get this from the drugstore. Not this specific one, but you can get setting spray from the drugstore, and the ones that are there, the Wet n Wild ones, I've heard are really, really good, so you can try those. And this is the finished look. That is all I have for you guys today. Make sure to like if you like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!